crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day, and I'm feeling good. Bix Weir, roadtorude.com with your morning horn of Z's. Excellent display of just how rigged the markets are. Joe Biden unveils his $1.9 trillion stimulus plan. $1.9 trillion. I'll guarantee you there'll be another 1.9, a 2.9, a 5.9. That's the way this game works. 1.9 trillion. This is mainly going to go into the pockets of Joe Biden's friends and the people they've been paying off for a hell of a long time. The vast majority of the 1.9. Let's leave it at that. But what does the Exchange Stabilization Fund have to do when something like that is announced? Bam! Slam gold and silver. Voila! Why not make it 1.9 quadrillion, and then you can slam the price of silver down to $5 or $4. How about negative silver? They did it in oil. Why not negative silver on that criminal comics? This is why you sit on the sidelines with your metal in your own possession, your cryptos in your own possession for the transition. It is coming like a freight train, and it is going to hit our government systems, our everything, healthcare. COVID will be gone in 6 months. And we're going to look back and say, what happened to us? Why did we fall for all the... I'm not saying COVID's not real. It is absolutely real. It is a bioweapon invented in China, released by China. And yes, Gates is involved, and all those people, all those conspiracies will be proven true soon enough. But the real objective was to destroy the middle class, to turn us into a socialist country and a communist country. And that's the idea that's behind everything. And we will see. Oh, by the way, for all you people on the road to Ruta, on the private road, I have posted the Jenny Moonstone part 1 of the 2-part reading we just did yesterday about her adventures in Washington. It's called Who Will Be the Next President? Jenny Goes to Washington. And we discuss what the potentials are for the January 20th supposed inauguration. Really interesting stuff from Jenny and her adventures in Washington, D.C. So if you're a private road member, go to the Jenny Moonstone readings, which is right at the top. I think it's at the top. You go down to the private road section, right here, Jenny Moonstone readings. Click on that, and you will see actually all the readings, the silver and gold and theta and all of them. They're all right here. Those people wondering, Bix, what will you do if you ever leave YouTube? I'm going right to the roadtoruta.com website. I will run my own server out of there. Make sure you subscribe for the free updates. These are email updates on the left side at roadtoruta.com. Put your name and email address so you don't miss anything, because I will get kicked off YouTube at some point if the bad guys win. It's still up in the air. I absolutely am still convinced the good guys are going to win this. It's just going to get a little ugly, if you ask me. And that's why you hang on to your silver with both hands. So silver gets slammed. Will they go for the 200-day moving average? Maybe. I think it's like at 22 something. And remember, they can place the price of silver at anything. Last Friday, they dumped 1.1 billion, with a B, billion ounces of electronic silver on the market to slam the price $2. Today, it ain't that bad, but we're getting close. So I would guess they're dumping about 700 million, 800 million ounces today on the COMEX. How much is mined? With all the mining companies in the world, all the employees digging it out of the ground, all the capital needed, all the equipment needed, less than 800 million ounces will be mined this year on the planet. And the COMEX today will dump the same amount. You got to ask yourself, who are these regulators? Who are these regulators? Well, we know. Gary Gensler was the one who presided over the 2011 drive-by shooting by J.P. Morgan of silver. They drove it up from 20 to 50 and then drove it down from 50 to 20. A guy named Bill Daley from JP Morgan was Obama's right-hand man, the chief of staff of the president, just to rig silver. So we know who they are. Gary Gensler was the head of the CFTC, has just been appointed the head of the SEC. And the game continues. This is for Biden. If Biden gets in, I don't think it'll happen, but if Biden gets in. Oh, by the way, all you XRP holders, Gary Gensler is on record saying XRP is a security, 100%, and he's going to be the head of the SEC in a matter of days if Biden gets in. So, yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. I'm not laughing. I'm just saying he's probably one of the most anti-XRP people, which is good. I mean, XRP is a deep state coin that a lot of people got suckered into. And it made me really angry, and I voiced my anger for the past 3 weeks that good, solid people who are patriots believed in this crazy notion that XRP is going to get them rich and is going to be part of the new monetary system. It's so sad. But hey, place your bets, ladies and gentlemen, place your bets. Crypto's getting nailed as well. Bitcoin down 10%. Again, what gets back to none of these assets are freely traded. They're all done with computers and derivatives. These computer programs were originally created by Alan Greenspan in the 1960s and 70s to rig the markets. Alan Greenspan, yes, the same Alan Greenspan who was head of the Fed. He also created electronic money with his friend John Kemeny, the guy who invented basic computing in the 1960s. Alan Greenspan blames himself and others for the Y2K problem. He forgot to do 4 digits instead of 2. And oh, by the way, he has been behind the scenes computer programming ever since. He's definitely was the world's best computer programmer, financial computer programmer from 1960s until when he left office in 2006. Is Alan Greenspan Satoshi Nakamoto? I think he had a big hand in it. Believe it or not, and we did a remote viewing on it, and he was definitely one of the 4, along with John Kemeny, the inventor of basic computing, along with Steve Jobs, the guy who put a computer in your hand. And then there was one more guy. And I'm talking about that potential for one more guy in the second Jenny Moonstone reading that we do. I'm not going to give it away yet, but that'll be posted either later tonight or tomorrow on the private road at roadtour.com. Lots going on. Definitely hang on to your good cryptos. Gary Gensler will absolutely, he's a smart mofo. He'll absolutely thrash any ICO that came online after the DAO was announced by the SEC. Thrash, as in shut down. So if you're holding cryptos that ICO'd, get ready for some turbulence. I'm not saying he's going to end these cryptos, but he might end a lot of them. I think XRP will be gone with the Bix go anyway, so I don't think it'll matter. But a lot of the cryptos that ICO'd shouldn't have ICO'd. Why did they ICO after the SEC said don't do it? It was stupid. And even the ones that did ICO before, Reggie Middleton, Veritasium, the ICO was long before the SEC ever came out with the DAO announcement of here's what a security is and here's what we think, is a security and isn't a security. But they went after him anyway and destroyed the token and his life. These guys are ruthless. And I don't know what will happen with Veritasium, the lottery ticket as I call it. It can solve the problem of rehypothecation. I mean, look at the volumes. Look at the volumes of Tether being traded right now. The total market cap of all the Tether in the world is $24 billion, which I think is a fraud anyway. But look at the volume that's traded, $106 billion. Give me a frickin' break. It's all computers. It's all rigged. What's Litecoin? Litecoin, of the total market cap of Litecoin, $9 billion, $9.2 billion, $9.3 billion. Of all the entire market cap, $8 billion was traded in the last 24 hours. That means you traded your Litecoin in the last 24 hours. It's bullshit. This game is all bullshit. It's got to go away. Reggie invented a way for peer-to-peer transactions, which means you don't even need these mother. Yes, decentralized exchanges are great, but That's got to happen. What happens is right now, the powers that be within the U.S. government want this system that we are in right now to continue. And it can't continue the way it is because it's pure computer rigging rehypothecation of assets, meaning creating fake assets out of real assets, meaning there's 10 times the amount of mining shares traded than are on the markets, meaning that nobody has a certificate on, even if you did have a certificate, everybody has the same claim as you do. Mining shares will be worthless. They'll get nationalized anyway, but those of you with gold and silver mining shares, come on, rethink this. We are in the most turbulent time in economic history, the end of 110 years of financial terrorism by these banksters. It'll be the end of the Federal Reserve, the end of the US dollar fiat money system. That's what's coming. The quadrillion dollar, multi-quadrillion dollar bubble is popping as we speak. And as we go through the turmoil of the next few weeks, I mean, we're down to, maybe 5 or 6 weeks of turmoil before we know the true conclusion of what's going to happen. I think the 20th is going to be crazy. They could put a CGI Biden up there, and who knows? Who knows? But in reality, I heard that Tom Hanks and Lady Gaga are going to be performing. If you do a little research into those two, it's the deep state pedo cabal all over the place. Oh, horrific. Horrific. They win. If we lose on the 20th, Biden gets put in, they win. I don't think it's going to happen, but if it does, I'm still going to fight because I'm a proud American, but he can kiss America goodbye really fast. And I think the financial turmoil will start on the 21st, the day after the inauguration, if not before. I mean, you could say this is the final slam down for the alternatives for the U.S. dollar. Silver getting slammed out of nowhere for no reason. Crypto's getting slammed out of nowhere for no reason. Tomorrow or tonight, I'll be putting the second Jenny Moonstone reading up, and we have I went to the behind the scenes in Theta, and it's going to freaking blow you away. The more research I do on Theta, the more I know that it's taking over for almost all the cryptos out there. You don't need Ethereum when you have Theta. And there's people behind it, behind the normal management. I get into the woo-woo. We get into the deep woo-woo with Jenny on who's really behind Theta. And you guys are going to be blown away. Anyway, yes, Theta is the call still. Under $2. That's my buy sign. All right, I'm going to go buy some more Theta. Just hang on tight. You're not going to know the price of your assets. I said that for a long time. During the transition, you're not going to know the price of the assets because these exchanges are going to shut down. So you think it's crazy now? It's going to get a hell of a lot worse over the next 2-3 weeks. And just not to be outdone, JP Morgan reports record revenue offset by a surprise jump in credit loss provisions. The world's most criminal bank. The world's most criminal bank by definition, because you can look at how many fines they've paid to get out of their problems. It's over $40 billion in the last 20 years in fines, just in fines, to pay off the CFTC and the SEC. Where did those fines go? Does anybody ever see the fines? JP Morgan's $920 million fine for rigging the gold and silver market. Hey, gold and silver lovers, did you get your share of that? Where did that go? I heard they didn't even pay it. I heard they paid like a tiny, tiny, tiny portion of it. That should make everybody livid. We are currently in the middle, at the end of the most criminal rigged market system ever to be unleashed on humanity. And it's the United States of America that runs it. That's the sad thing. Our country, the land of the free, the honest country, home of the brave. We're the ones rigging the market. We're the ones destroying lives. We're the ones destroying third world countries that have large mining operation. We're the ones destroyed Mexico. For all you Mexican Americans out there, I love you guys. best soccer fans ever. I get to root with you guys. The United States has destroyed Mexico. The reason there's any poverty at all in Mexico is because of the United States and the rigging of the silver market. And it goes way back, way back. It goes back 100 years, but mainly goes back to the silver purchase program back in the 1930s and 40s, because we needed silver for the Calutrons to make the first atomic bomb. Go to roadtoroota.com, do a search for the Manhattan Project. It's unbelievable what we have not been told. 3 billion ounces were secretly taken out of the U.S. Treasury to make the Calutrons, which are these huge magnets, gigantic magnets, to purify the uranium for the first atomic bomb. And they stayed there until the 1990s, and nobody knew about it. You can find all this stuff on the Road to Ruta. Anyway, join Road to Ruta. We are going to be changing. We're giving away 10 Theta and 10 Theta fuel with every private road membership. That's going to be changing to 1. Because I think Theta is going to run so fast, and I'm tired of giving away Theta. Anyway, right now you can get 10 Theta loaded on a paper wallet, or even better, download the Theta mobile app. Do it correctly. Write down your words, your 12 words, and store that in your safe. But download the mobile app, and then after you sign up at Road to Ruta or renew your Road to Ruta subscription, send us your private send us your private key. Send us your public keys, and we will send you public key. It's called the receive key, actually. They call their public address the receive key or a receive address, or they just call it receive on the Theta mobile wallet. Just hit receive, and it'll just copy and send that to Amy if you join the private, okay? And we'll send you right away, as soon as we can, the 10 Theta and 10 Theta fuel, and you'll be watching your phone, and you'll look at it and say, hey, there it is, right there. All right, that's for the Road to Ruta private road membership. It's $299 for a year. And then what do I think Theta will be worth in a year? You name it. I don't even want to throw out a guess. Those who got 100 Theta just a few months ago, you're pretty much going to make up your money very soon. And so you get free Road to Ruta, plus you get that asset that is just going to go absolutely bonkers as all this stuff comes down the rest of this year and next year. They are starting the marketing campaign of all marketing campaigns. Remember, they're big into gaming, so I think it'll be run by one of the most famous sports stars in the world, or maybe a lot of them. Think Theta. This is Bix Weir. RoadToRuta.com. I'll talk to you.